So, people, you've been in your relationship for a little bit now. It's starting to get serious, and now it's about that time where the person you're with wants you to meet their parents. And you might be saying to them, "Yeah, of course, girl, I'll meet your dad. It ain't no thing. Psh, what you talking about? I'll meet your parents." Nothing. But what's really going on in your head is, I know, I get it. It's confusing. You don't know what to do. That's her daddy. That's his mama. That's the parents. What are you supposed to do? It's confusing. You have no idea, but you did the right thing. You came to class. Balance of power. I got you covered with today's lesson. 3 tips for meeting the parents. Let's get it in. First, there are many tips I could give you on how to meet the parents, how to conduct yourselves, and what to do. But this is quick. You want something fast. You about to meet them tomorrow. It's something where they invited you to some kind of holiday, some kind of barbecue, something. You need quick information. So, these 3 things are going to help you. We're going to go in reverse order. So, number 3 is going to be the least important, whereas number 1, most important. So, watch till the end. Tip number 3. Don't show up butt naked. So when I say don't show up butt naked, I don't mean don't show up with 0 clothes on, although that you shouldn't do that either. That's not going to make a great impression. And even if you think it will, it's not going to make a great impression. But what I mean is don't show up empty-handed. And you want those heavy words. I said it the way I said it is because I want you to remember. Don't show up with nothing in your hand. Have something to give them, even if it's something where they have food. Like you're invited to a barbecue, you're invited to Thanksgiving, you're invited to something where food is already going to be provided and they tell you, you don't have to bring anything. Bring something anyway. Bring something that you made, bring something that you bought. Show that you care and that you have manners. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's an old school thing. Nobody does that anymore. That's not what you have to do. That's out of the ordinary. That's exactly why you should do it. You want to show the parents, you want to show the family that you are out of the ordinary, that you are someone who has old school manners, someone who has something that everybody else who's average does not have. Number 2, have a secret code. Now, this is a code word that you're going to have in between you and your significant other. So that way they know and you know when you are in danger. Now, in certain parts of your life, you might hear this called a safe word. This is different than a safe word. Safe words are usually words that are not used in normal conversation, like platypus or some random thing like that. Don't have your secret code be the same as a safe word where it's hard to put in regular conversation. A safe word, it could be a safe theme, like slipping. You want it to be something that you can easily slip it into normal conversation. This is for you, who's the newbie, is with your significant other's family. You might be caught into a conversation that you don't feel comfortable having, you don't want to have, or some family member that your significant other doesn't even like. So if you want to be saved from the drunk uncle who wants to talk politics and you're like, yeah, I need to get out of this, have your secret code. So if you tell your girl, hey, if I use the word slipping or tripping, if I use that in a sentence, come save me, get me out of that conversation, or you could have it out of a conversation, or you could even have one for it's time to leave. I'm ready to leave the party. I'm ready to leave the situation. If you guys are staying for the weekend, you're ready to go to bed, whatever it is, where it's a SOS. So if your theme is slipping, your girl sees you talking to her drunk uncle who she knows is crazy, and you go, oh, whoa, this floor is a little slippery. I think I might have spilled my drink. And you're waiting for your girl to hear that and come go, hey, babe, I need you over here. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, Uncle Bob, gotta go. You're like, baby, thank you. Uncle Bob is crazy. Number 1, most important out of these 3, having a united front. What this means is if you have any situation where you and your significant other are going to beef or going to fight, you don't do that in front of everybody else. Even if it's stuff where you kind of disagree normally, you don't do it on the first meeting. You don't do it on the time where the person who's the newbie is already having to make a good impression. And on top of that, they're going to get into some kind of either a serious argument or even a small tiny little tiff that you guys go back and forth where you disagree about something. And I'm not saying lie. I'm saying don't do it in front of them. You have to be a team. You need to be united in how you go about the situation. So don't talk bad about each other. Don't say anything that's going to make them look bad when they're already having to get past all the crazy stares and all the expectations and everything else that comes with meeting the parents. You can actually combine number 2 and number 1 with you tell the person some kind of code word so you can get out of a situation because you want to have a conversation with your significant other. When you're upset, maybe they're saying something in a conversation that you don't like, you use the code word so you guys know we gotta bounce, we gotta go to another room, and then you go back in the back room or in the backyard or what have you. You go in the car and you say, hey, this is a problem or this is what we need to solve, before you come back into the party and you go back to everything being great, beautiful, wonderful, because you know everybody's looking at you. So make sure you have that united front. Make sure you use a code word and make sure you don't show up to the barbecue butt naked. Now that's today's lesson. If you found value in this lesson, and I know you did, throw thumbs, hit up the subscribe button so that way the algorithm and everybody else knows we're here, you like it, we like that you like it, we can keep giving you the good stuff. And if you want extra credit for this class, slide this video to somebody who needs to hear this message. I know you love these lessons. Where else you gonna hear gold bars and knowledge dropped on you on the regular? Nowhere else. And you know what? That's exactly what your brain is gonna think if you do try to go somewhere else. Your brain is gonna say,
where are you going? Nowhere.
So come on back, click on another one of these videos, get some more learning in. But until next time now, deuce deuce.